Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
There he is. Billy, you like how I just subtly put you on there? Is that a word, subtly?
Sure.
Subtly? Subtle? It's one of those weird words that's spelled weird. S-U-B-T.
Suddenly salad. Remember that? Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
You ever heard of suddenly salad?
Suddenly salad? Was it a salad bar?
Like
or
a
what?
pasta salad.
But was it a place you go in and eat?
No, it was like a Betty Crocker meal.
I'm gonna
Like
keep
a little meal in a box.
Our main camera's broken today, so I'm just gonna keep it on Billy all day. So
Works for me.
By the way,
look, it's magically fixed.
By the way, Coca-Cola doesn't sponsor this show. Billy's, got the. Where do you get these from? By the way, man, I always wondered. Do you go to the convenience store and just pull a bunch of them out and have them loaded in the bourbon, or what?
No, I've been having this one for a while.
Oh yeah, it's got some lipstick on it over there.
They ain't lipstick.
Oh, welcome in.
Don't get me in trouble, son.
Friday we go. Welcome in, everybody.
You got me looking at the rim of my cup.
You ever had that though? Like when you're a kid, you go out with mama or grandmama, right? And then they give you a sip of their drink, and they got a styrofoam cup. And it's got that lipstick.
Oh
all
yeah,
over it.
nasty looking stuff too.
But when you're like 5 years old, you don't care. You're just like, Mom, I want some water.
Hey, I'd rather that be the case than you be sitting in a restaurant and they bring you a glass
that has it on it,
that has lipstick. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had it where it has the smudge on the glass at a restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
So I've had it before. I said, "Are you guys kidding?"
You ever had something floating in the glass? That'll make you get up and leave.
I haven't. No.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you a real bad story. You ever go eat? Do you like sushi? You sushi?
I'd love to hear a real good story.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a real bad story.
All right.
So maybe there's someone joining us. So let's just get started. Then we'll get into the story. It's episode 2.
Good morning. Coming to you live from downtown Huntsville. Episode number
224.
224.
Can you believe that? 224. I don't even know why people still listen. I have no clue. It's by the grace of God we're still going with this thing. Billy's doing some quick math. What are you dividing it by 5?
Does that mean I've been on the show 44 times?
44.8.
44.8. Y'all are getting that 0.8 wide open.
Yeah. The 0.8's a little bit of the leftover, So I've got a lot of leftover, man. If I divide it, it's like 44.9825.
Yeah, I think you've been on the show 224 times.
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Garrett had to. Yeah,
Garrett Long held it down for a week, so I have not been on every 224.
One of the dumps.
One of the dumps.
With dumplings.
One of the dumplings. Well, hey, welcome in. Here we are, episode 224 as we get rolling here on a fantastic and fabulous Friday. As always, we are broadcasting downtown. Big thank you to Elliot Herzlich for sponsoring our studio online at elliotsjewelers.com. By the way, the Heart for CASA campaign continues. CASA, court-appointed special advocates. We started this in mid-February, kind of right around Valentine's Day. We were going to end it at the end of this month, but we decided to keep it going an extra week. We're about 60% to our goal of $2,500 for CASA. If you'd like to donate, Elliot, and in kind for your donation, a suggested donation of only $20. Of course, we'd encourage you to give more if you can, but a suggested donation of $20 is going to get you some jewelry. And friends, there's not just one piece. I think some of them even have up to 3 pieces. The total value of all these jewelry up to $300. Also some jewelry cleaner, a 3 Redbud rose vase from Hartfield Florist, and some more items are in that bag as well. And again, that's just the heart that Elliot has. He wanted to help out CASA. And for your suggested donation of $20 or more, you can receive that gift and pick those up Monday through Thursday. I got a lot of people. I got like 15 of them to pick up right now. And I did want to say, if anyone asks you, it's on the people just overlook the directions on there. And that's okay, because I do the same thing. But pick those up, please, at First Baptist Church Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I've got like 15 of them ready to be picked up right now.
Elliot, he's kind of like one of those silent hero type guys. He's always doing something for the community, but he's not out bragging about it. He doesn't have a big banner in front of his shop bragging about it or anything like that. So I really appreciate what he does for our community.
He's got a heart for this community and a big heart for CASA. He said, that's one he supports so many groups. He said, this year I really want to just have a burden on my heart to help out CASA. And you're right. I think of that Simpsons meme. You ever seen that Homer Simpsons meme where he kind of falls back into the bush? Yeah. That's Elliot. He don't want to be in front of the bush. He'd rather be behind the bush and let everybody else do the stuff. So also a big thank you to Paul Oley. Good morning, Paul. We love you. Good to see you this morning, Paul. I'm sure you're already chiming in. Paul Oley of the Gallery for helping us with this space as well. We appreciate that so much. And for all of your custom photography, framing, and more. I got some things I need to get framed soon. go by and see Paul. He's right next door to me, and we appreciate him for allowing us to
I think he does appraising of art as well too. Yeah.
So he'll take care of you. And then, of course, we would not be able to be here on a Friday without our great friends from Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are the hometown experts and celebrating life every step of the way. It is Billy Cauthen joining us this morning. Good to see you, man.
Good to be here.
Is Greg ever going to make an appearance on here again, do you think? Or
No.
not? He was done. He did like 2 episodes with me. He's like, I'm done, Rob. I'll send Billy for. No, that was the plan all along.
Oh yeah, I just those first 2 I couldn't make it. So.
Yeah, and Greg came and hung out with us too when we had our hometown spotlight. We need to get back to doing those. And I thought about in April. I want to do the show from Georgetown. Now, I know you're already thinking like, oh, what, Huntsville ain't good enough for you, Rob?
It's Fargo next. Here we go.
We ain't going back. Don't worry. But the reason I wanted to do it on Georgetown on my birthday, April the 8th, do you know what big event is happening across? I mean, it's going to be over much of the United States on April the 8th. Do you have any idea what that day is?
Not a clue.
No clue at all.
No.
Complete solar eclipse on April the 8th. And in Central Texas, there's a swath that goes down through Central Texas and up north, the 100% coverage. Now, here in Huntsville, I think we're only going to be at about 60 to 70%. We're not going to be fully eclipsed here in Huntsville, but in that Central Texas area, Georgetown's right in the bullet path of it. It is going to be completely dark with that eclipse on April the 8th.
Wasn't that a car model?
Yeah, the eclipse.
Eclipse.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi Eclipse, yeah.
So we're all getting one?
Yeah, I guess so, man. Well, if we're on Oprah, yeah. No, was it Ellen or Oprah? You remember there was one of those shows that gave away cars to everybody.
I can't answer questions about either one of those shows.
I thought you watched Ellen.
No.
Is she still going?
How would I know?
I don't know.
I watch Billy. And the stupid things he does on a daily basis.
Well, look, Jacqueline knew. Good morning to Jack. Jacqueline knew about the eclipse. She said the eclipse is happening. So I thought in April the 8th.
Well, I didn't know that we could phone a friend to get the answer.
Well, April the 8th, Billy. Hold on. I'm trying to look here. April the 8th is a Monday. And so I'm going to have to work that out with Karen Denman and Walker County Federal. But I thought that'd be a great opportunity to go back, have the show live from there. Or, you know what, maybe, well, here's the deal, though. That's going to happen later in the day. So there's no point of doing the show in the morning. Maybe I'll do the show and then go race to Georgetown and catch the eclipse.
I'll go with you.
Ask Greg if you can have the day off on the 8th.
He said yes.
Come with me.
Okay.
I'm serious, man. I want to go to Georgetown on the 8th and partake in this eclipse.
Are you going to feed us lunch?
Yeah, man. I'll get you.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have no grand buffet in Georgetown.
I mean, if you come to my hometown, I'll show you around. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a lot of things that are good here in Huntsville.
Yeah.
That's why we do this show. I'll show you Little Austin when we go to Georgetown. So, anyway.
I've been to Austin. I ain't want to go back.
Look, Jason Thompson's go. All right, here we go. Friends, listen. This is why we need the van. We are still waiting on the
Action News van.
We're waiting on the Action News van. And I'm always a believer. If you put something down, somebody's going to pick it up. And Billy and I have been putting this down now for 3 weeks?
Longer than
maybe
that.
a month, maybe longer than a month. If somebody out there says, you know what, I got an old white van that's just sitting here, and I don't care. It don't even have to be white. It could be purple. It could be orange. If you got a purple van in Huntsville, you better be careful because you don't be flashing purple here, those lumberjack colors in Huntsville. But if you have a van that's just you just feel like in your heart that you say, you know, I just don't want this piece of junk anymore. You just donate it. We'll go down there and get the rest of it. We'll take care of it. And this would be the perfect thing if we had the van that we could.
And then you could always be, referred to as a transportation sponsor.
Yeah, you could be the transport. I don't care if it's beat up or not. I'd prefer it
to beat her up, or the better.
Yeah, I'd prefer it to be an old beat up A-Team van.
Yeah, just jacked up a little bit in the back.
I want the big tires on it. I want some pipes coming out of the back of it. And we're going to get a graphic artist to draw a character picture of Billy, and I'm going to put Billy's picture on the side of it as a cartoon.
And I'm going to spend my days reporting news from Huntsville.
He's going to say, hello, Huntsville Action News, brought to you by Billy Cauthen.
See, I could pull up on them scenes, get out and report, run back to the funeral home, get the car.
You could use the van. I mean, you don't even need to switch the car.
No.
I'll make sure there's no seats in the back of it. We're ready to go, man. Oh, goodness. Well, hey, as you're waking up with us today, temperatures 47 overcast, but it is going to get up to 72 today as skies and the clouds will decrease overnight, 52, and then we'll warm up again to 77 over the weekend. A little bit of fog tomorrow morning. but your Sunday looks beautiful as well. So a great weekend to get out and enjoy all of God's glory here in this community. Speaking of that, I did want to mention a big thank you to everyone who helped last night with the Collegiate Day of Prayer at Sam Houston State University. There was close to 500 students or so being there. And if you encapsulate everyone that was watching online and kind of the overall community, there was over 500 people that took part in that. Baylor had a tremendous pouring. That was the central hub for it this year. Last year, of course, it happened at Asbury University. That's where a revival broke out for over 3 weeks. And tens of thousands of people from all over the country ended up going to Kentucky to be a part of this. It was amazing. But last night it was incredible. And here's the inspiration this morning. And we'll have Brad Didier joining us here in just a few moments. He's going to come on and talk about the great work that he's doing through IRONMAN and share a little bit about his story. So we're excited to have him on here in just a few minutes. But some of the inspiration this morning is, friends, please don't give up hope on this generation that's growing. And I think our youth and our young people need the influence of adults now more than ever, the positive, nurturing enforcement that adults need to be giving to young people. And so if you see a young person, tell them that you just thank them. If you're at a restaurant, thank them. If it looks like they're going through a bad day, instead of getting on the good, bad, ugly and blasting them, saying my server was terrible today, what did you do to help that situation to that young person? And I'm going to tell you, last night, seeing that outpouring of all those college students there, I don't want anyone to ever say the hope for our generation's lost, because if you get to that point, then it is going to be lost, and it's going to be lost for all of us. And so that's just my inspiration this morning, is embrace young people, encourage them, lift them up, and don't think just because what you see on social media or on the news is the story of everybody, because I can tell you firsthand last night, it's not. I saw those young people in that auditorium at Killinger Auditorium at the Criminal Justice Center, almost all of them on their knees and many of them in tears last night. And that's the type of reverence that God can give. And I want to tell you this morning, there is not hope lost for our generation. Well, I mean, look at your kiddos, Billy. You got some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful kiddos, man. And I've enjoyed, getting to know your son a little bit and your daughter, and y'all have two, right? But one boy and two girls.
Yeah, I got three dependents.
See, I've only met two of them. I've met your son.
You met Olivia. You met the littlest one.
I met your son James and Olivia, but I didn't meet the other.
You haven't met Lily. Okay,
I haven't met Lily. Maybe I
well, because if she comes on the show, she'll take over.
Yeah, because Olivia came on, didn't she?
She came to when we had the Rays of Hope.
Yeah, and James came in here and spoke one day too.
Yes, he did.
So, but I haven't met Lily. You've talked about Sweet Lily before, so. But I just wanted to encourage you with that this morning. And so today, as you're going about your day, if you see a young person that just looks like they're having a bad day, you know what? Tell them this word. Just say everything's going to be okay. Tell them that. And and I always throw in a Jesus loves you in there, whether they want to hear that or not, because you never know what that seed is going to do and how that young person is going to grow. That one moment. And I think a lot about this, friends, and I'm not going to get on a preaching kick this morning, but I will tell you this, because by no means am I a preacher, but I'm going to tell you this morning, that you never know that one little thing that you do and the impact it's going to have. And I want you to think about this today, that everything that we do in life literally has an eternal, not an internal, eternal, an eternal, that's a tongue twister, an eternal effect. Everything that we do. Are you setting somebody up for success? Are you setting somebody up for failure? But most importantly, are you giving them an opportunity to know somebody in Jesus who created them and loves them, and that through him will have everlasting life? Because that's the only way. And that's what I think of every day as I go through. And there's days where I fail terribly and I feel bad about it. And I pray at night, I say, and this is a prayer I say almost every night, I say, Lord, please don't allow me to be a stumbling block for somebody, because it's serious, serious business. And I know, like, we can joke and cut up and have a good time and enjoy the things that we're here and enjoy the things of friendship. But in all seriousness, everything has an eternal effect. And you got to think about that.
Yeah, and your words are in 2008 or 9, probably 2009. I was working part-time at the funeral home, and there was a gentleman that we went somewhere to deliver flowers after service or something. I can't remember exactly where we were going, but he told me something, and it was about his faith. And it wasn't a long conversation. It was quick, a little, just a Cliff Note version, testimony. And I don't think there's a day goes by that I don't think about what that man said, the way he said it, the way he meant it. And it caused me to look at my life and the things I do and my relationship with my Lord and Savior, and just, so there might be something you say to one of those young people that really, like the gentleman said to me, that every day makes me think and ponder on that. And in a positive way, it has helped me because I've had that to reflect on.
It's good. And there's nothing wrong with the spirit of conviction. We all need conviction in our lives. And it's okay. I think we live in a society to where we don't want to step on people's toes and we don't want to offend people. But friends, at the end of the day, we got to speak the truth about what we believe in our hearts. And, but you got to do it from a place of love, and you got to embrace people.
If you speak the truth, you always have something positive to look back on.
The old phrase, sticks and stones will break my bones. Words will never hurt me. Well, you know what? Words do hurt some people.
Yeah, they can sting.
Yeah, they can, man. So, but anyways, let us know that you're out there as we get rolling this morning. Do us a favor, too. If you can hit that like and share button and help spread the message of all things good happening here in Huntsville through Hello Huntsville, we would certainly appreciate that. We're going to step aside, take a break. We've got to glance at your national news, a word from our sponsors.
Oh, maybe we could get like a corporate sponsor on that van.
Yeah.
Like Westnewski Dodge or something.
We'll talk to Josh. Maybe he can hook us up.
Yeah, well, let's look at that. Yeah.
They have the demo cars.
I'll drive a Wagoneer around. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
If y'all got a 2024 Bourbon, what's the Dodge version of a Suburban?
The
Durango?
Wagoneer.
No, that's Jeep. Wagoneer's Jeep.
Okay.
Do they still make the Durango?
Yeah.
The Dodge Durango?
The Durangos are awesome, but they're just a little smaller than.
So what's the big Dodge SUV?
That's the Wagoneer.
Oh, yeah, because Jeep is Dodge. Sorry, friends, it takes me a while. When I think of Wagoneer, I think of the old wooden panel on the doors, Billy. Did you ever have one of those growing up? All right. Well, that just means Billy's done for the day. So we'll keep the camera on it. No, we will.
Hey, could you grab my time card and clock me out?
We will take a break, and then our good friend Brad Didier joining us on the other side. Stay with us. More to come here. By the way, Keyword, I'm going to give away. I have one more gift card to the cafe. You won a Klein card yesterday.
I did. Where it is.
I'll grab it for you as soon as we get done here today. But I'm going to give away a $30 gift card to Cafe Texan today, courtesy of our friends at Cafe Texan. All you got to do is text in the keyword rodeo along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line 936-339-0139. As always, our shows on a fabulous Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us. It's your show, Huntsville. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. Congress is greenlighting a temporary funding measure to prevent a partial government shutdown this upcoming weekend. The bill will extend two government funding deadlines to March 8th and March 22nd, granting lawmakers additional time to reach consensus on appropriations bills in Washington. Inflation is on the rise. USA's John Schaefer with the numbers.
The most recent inflation report indicates a 0.4% increase for January, aligning with forecasts. The Federal Reserve is deliberating on whether to initiate interest rate reductions. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell stated last month that he aims to observe further positive data before considering interest rate cuts.
There could be major windswept storms, maybe sandstorms through the early part of this weekend in parts of the Rocky Mountain Desert in the U.S. The National Weather Service calling for Saturday's winds in Nevada and Utah to hit 60 miles per hour or more. Forecasters calling for localized wind bursts of hurricane strength in some places on Saturday. There are also blizzard and winter weather warnings in much of the mountainous regions nearby. At the same time, a wildfire continues raging out of control in Texas. It has recently become the largest ever in that state's history. A federal judge is issuing a temporary halt to a recent Texas law permitting local law enforcement to arrest individuals they suspect of illegally crossing the southern border. The Justice Department, along with the ACLU, filed a lawsuit arguing that only the federal government holds authority to enforce immigration laws. Disagreeing with Governor Abbott's assertions characterizing the influx of illegal immigration as an invasion, the judge's decision blocks the law from taking effect next week. Texas is anticipated to appeal the judge's ruling. I'm Ryan Daniels. USA News.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
All right, Huntsville, welcome back at it now. Time now, 8:02 in the a.m. We so appreciate you waking up with us today as you get rolling here. Temps in the upper 40s. We'll get up to the low 70s today. Sky's starting to clear this morning. Let us know that you're out there and what you're thankful for. And we want to welcome you in. It's 8:03. If you had to be at work at 8 a.m., you probably don't have a job anymore. So you might as well just stay home, send an apology letter, hope you get your job back. But otherwise, you're late if you're supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock. Welcome in, as always, Rob Hipp here. And, my favorite part of the show, besides hanging out with Billy on a Friday, is getting to bring in great guests. And I met this gentleman online. Brad Didier had a post, and he was talking about some fundraising things. And so, we always check people out before we have them on. And Brad's a great man. We had an awesome conversation. Felt like I knew you for the last 15, 20 years. And I was at the Burger King parking lot slamming a Whopper, man, whenever you and I talked. So you didn't know that. I kept the smacking to the side there, Brad.
I did not know that.
But good to have you on, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.
Well, Brad is an Ironman athlete, and his history here in Huntsville, I believe, goes back to about 2010. Originally from Louisiana, where was it at again? Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man. And but calling Huntsville home now. And I guess before we dig into the Ironman part and really why your heart is set on that, let us know just a little bit about you. I know you said you and your wife moved to this area, so maybe just give us a rundown of Brad Didier.
Yeah, we're so glad to be here. We've been here since 2010, and when we first came, I never even heard of Huntsville, Texas. So my wife got the opportunity to come out here to Sam Houston State. And we came out on a house hunting trip. I'd never heard or been here before. And really, we got here on that first trip, and I kind of fell in love. I was like, wow, what a blessing. What an opportunity to come here. And we've been here ever since. And this is home now. So we're just so grateful. This really fits, this type of community really fits into our lifestyle. Outdoor people, athletic people, health and fitness. And this is just an amazing community to do all of those things with the state park, with the trails, it's just an amazing community to do all that.
Well, Brad, when you walked in this morning, I was thinking about going to McDonald's after, and I said, man, this guy's going to put some conviction on me that I need to take better care of myself, man. So the health journey. How did you get on this health journey, man? And we will talk about the Ironman aspect here in a minute, but just guide us into that process.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a sports, been involved with sports ever since I was knee high. Little league baseball, football, all the way through high school. Participated in high school athletics, football and baseball, and even went 1 year junior college out in California to play football. So it's really been in my DNA from the very beginning. Through my life journey, I've had some pauses in my life where health and fitness kind of took a back seat, and every opportunity that I've had to return and explore and work on my health and fitness, I've done that. So it's just really been in my DNA ever since I've been knee high. Some of the different avenues have changed over the years, and I got introduced into endurance sports when I met my wife.
Was that her gig, or
it was? It was.
Awesome.
I had never heard of endurance sports. I was like I said, a football, baseball, weight room guy. And she was doing that. And so when we got together, I got introduced into the endurance sports, and I would go and used to watch her compete. And I remember being at one of her events, and I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if I could pull something like this off, So that's kind of where it all started for me with the endurance sports side, and turning that into beginner friendly races, now into 70.3 Ironman distance. It's been a journey.
Wow. Well, I'm excited here in a moment to talk about the Ironman. I'm trying to sit up straight too. See, I'm wearing this like real kind of loose hoodie this morning because I don't want to show this right here. So, but Brad, in all seriousness, man, something else that's really cool, and I promise I'm excited to get into the Ironman aspect here in just a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
We had a tour of the Walls unit, the Huntsville unit here with Huntsville Leadership Institute through the chamber a couple of months ago. And I was enlightened on several things. One of them that I had no idea about is that there is an education system within the prison, an independent school district, the Wyndham Independent School District. And you are a part of that. So maybe let us know a little bit about that journey too, because you're over here helping guys. So walk us through how you're involved with the school district that's inside the prison system, the only school district that's inside the prison system in the state.
Yeah, it kind of something else that's woven into my DNA is challenge. Challenging situations, challenging environments is kind of woven into my DNA. So whenever this opportunity came to explore and venture off into the prison system with education, I kind of knew it was a right fit for me. I know it's not a right fit for a lot of people, but I enjoy challenge. I mean, challenge is really how I continue to grow and explore who I am and what I'm capable of. So it was really kind of it sounds a little strange, but it really was a perfect fit for me and in my mentality and who I'm trying to be. Challenging situations, challenging environments, and we need to. We need to go back and reach back for those guys. Those guys count. Those guys, families and loved ones, and just like you and I. So it's been a great part, great part of my journey. Also,
well, it's great. Do you mind mentioning just kind of what your job role is over there? You and I were talking off camera when you first came in, and I think it's so inspirational what you get to do with these guys, helping to just kind of get them reacclimated with things. So walk us through that path.
Yeah. So I teach a program called Cognitive Intervention. It's a 4-month program teaching these guys new skills as far as being back around people in general, trying to get back to general population. A lot of the guys that I work with come out of administrative segregation, solitaire, lack of a better word, but they come out of a very confined environment. They're trying to get back into the general population, trying to get back some more freedoms and some more opportunities, maybe to have jobs within the system. So we have a 4-month program, and we talk about, working through feelings, working through different challenges that they may have. We talk about goal setting. We talk about how to accomplish goals and how to stay on track. We talk about relapse prevention if some of these guys have substance abuse issues. which it's a common theme there, unfortunately. But these are some of the things we cover within the 4-month program, and it's a challenging call every day, but that's why I go. That's why I keep going.
Well, man, it's great. I know God's put this burden on you to be there and to serve these guys and just to lift them up and encourage them through what you're doing as well. And I love what you said, because, the facts are everybody deserves an opportunity or a chance. And if someone has fell into a trap of committing crime or being involved in a situation that you and I know they shouldn't have been in, they need somebody to be there to love on them. And some of these guys, I mean, they've committed atrocious crimes, and but we still, and this is the toughest thing. And I was telling you earlier about a story that I heard on a Billy Graham sermon, but the toughest thing is I know it's tough, but there are some things that just horrible have happened that people have done, but you still have to forgive them. Doesn't mean you have to be their best friend, but you still have to find forgiveness in that. And it's true, and it's hard. And and God forbid if something ever happened to someone around me that I knew, it would be hard to forgive somebody for that. And I pray that I never have to be in that situation, but that's what we're called to do. And your job out there is you're loving on these guys and you're trying to help them find that next stage to maybe, if they didn't commit something that was super atrocious, will they never get out? When they do get out, they got an opportunity to find a job.
Yes, absolutely. And, with my background, I kind of touch a little bit on that as well. I'm sitting here in my own journey. I'm celebrated 20 years clean and sober in December.
Praise God, man.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. So I have my own journey. I have my own history of mistakes. I have my own history of addiction, and so I'm not any better than anybody else. I want them to know. They need to know that every day. They need to know that I'm not too much different from them. I have my history. I can tell them what it was like for me and what happened and what it's like today. And there's no judgment, because goodness, I have my own journey to continue to focus on.
Yeah.
And I've been called to serve. I haven't been called to judge.
Amen,
So,
man. Yeah, I love that. That's going to be the next T-shirt. We say we need T-shirt ideas here. That's going to be it. Is I've been called to serve, not called to judge. I love that, man.
They need to know that. They need to feel that. They need to see that every day. And that's what I hope I am able to bring to them.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you shared that, Brad. Because I knew on our conversation we had the other day that this was all part of your journey. And the one last thing that I'll touch base on that. Is that everybody has a story. We're going through a sermon series right now with our pastor, Jason Bay at First Baptist. I've loved it. It's called This Is My Story. And everyone has a story. And we had a guy that said, I really felt for so long that because he grew up in a Christian household and he had all these things that were always great in front of him. He's like, I never did have a lot of strife or adversity come. So I never felt like I have a story. But he shared his story because he said I said, man, there's somebody else in the congregation maybe feel the same way. But his story of growing up in that environment, in a positive environment, he was thankful. And he said, you know what, I'm blessed. I don't take that for granted. And so even that story is so important. Your story, who else can go in and relate to these guys that many of them have probably battled the same type of addictions? You've been there, you've done it, and you've shown them, here's how you get from point A to point B. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to be able to hopefully guide you to that because of the experiences that I had. Your story is what I'm saying is so important.
It really is. And something I try to tell these guys also, God can take your darkest days. God can take your most miserable, most messed up messes in your life and turn them around and use them for good. Even if you can't see it, you got to believe that. And I'm not teaching out of our curriculum. I'm teaching out of my life. They need to know that I'm like I said, I'm not too far from these guys, and I've been through it. And not only that, but I've been on the other side, and I'm here to share and let those guys know. I always tell them, you're next. Tell me why. Tell me why not. Tell me why not. You're not next. Tell me what's the difference between you and I. And because there's no difference. If I can, then you can.
Yeah,
because I started kind of right in this same type of situation. I've been hopeless. I've been helpless, and something happened. I'm here to share, and I always tell them, you're next.
Man, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good word. Somebody out there today needs to hear that. You're next in a positive way. You know, well, a lot of times we hear the word "you're next." That's like a bad thing. Not in this situation. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch gears now,
Yeah.
and because I'm so glad that you shared all that, because this is a part of your journey. It's part of your story. Ironman, dude. This ain't your grandma's get together potato sack hopping skipping family picnic dinner. Is that even, what did I just say? I don't even know what that means. Family picnic get together. This is something that you got, and Billy's looking at me like, I'm so glad I'm not sitting here right now. Billy would tell me what's up. I mean, you got to put a lot of training into let us know about just the Ironman program, how you got into it, and all the training that goes into being an Ironman.
Yeah, like I said, I was introduced to the endurance sports from my wife back in 2009, and kind of started my journey there with some very beginner friendly distance type of events, and kind of worked my way up from there. I really had to have a big mental shift within myself back in 2020, because I had some limiting beliefs about myself as an athlete, because I got in the endurance game kind of late in life. So I really had some limiting beliefs about myself as an athlete that I had to overcome. That's been a journey in itself. But I always want to explore the question of, what am I truly capable of? And that's such an unending, such a fun question to continue to answer on a day-to-day basis. But once I got through some of these limiting beliefs as myself as an athlete, I really kind of took the blinders off and really went all in with this journey, and moved from the beginner friendly distances into the Ironman, half Ironman 70.3 distance events. And it was a big jump. Like you said, it was a big commitment. And like I said, first and foremost, I really had to get over some hurdles within myself, and then just putting in the work. The work can be lonely. The work can be difficult, but I'm always exploring that question about myself. What am I truly capable of? So yeah. It's just a journey. It works in with my lifestyle and who I am, coming from where I come from and where I'm trying to go. It's just it just fits in perfect.
So tell us what Ironman is. A lot of people have heard of Ironman.
Uh-huh.
They've probably seen it on the news, on TV. Let us know what the Ironman program is and everything that it encompasses.
So Ironman is a triathlon. It involves swim, bike, and run. Ironman events are held in the open water. So we swim in lakes, rivers, bays, off the ocean in some events.
Wow.
And so we will swim 1.2 miles in the open water. And then the bike portion is 56 miles.
Goodness.
We'll bike 56, and then we'll come back and put the bike up, and then we'll go run 13.
So is that a half marathon?
It's a half marathon.
My goodness.
So it's a 1.2 mile swim, 56 miles on the bike, and then 13 on the run.
What's your favorite part of it?
The strongest of the three disciplines for me is the bike. I've always I picked up the bike first, like I said, with my wife. Picked up the bike first and fell in love with the bike and cycling in general. And then the swimming and the running have just come along really back in 2020.
So when it says 70.3 miles, and how long does it take to do all of this?
So I've done four of these events,
and it's and you don't stop, right? I mean, you probably have to take a rest break, but I'm talking about like you don't do the swim portion and then take a day off and go do the bike. It's all done in one day, right?
One morning.
One morning. Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Billy and I have a hard enough time just getting up, going to get a cup of coffee. You're going 70.3 miles in a morning.
It's such an amazing event. It's so challenging on so many levels. But yeah, we start on the swim. We have what's called a transition area, and that's a big roped off area where you set up your bike and your equipment. And everything kind of happens in that transition area. You get out of the water, you run to your bike, you get on your bike gear, you take off on your bike, you go do your 56, then you come back to the transition area, the same spot, put up your bike, get out of your bike gear into the run gear, and then take off on the run and eventually get to the finish line. But you can take breaks, you can pull over and rest or whatever it is, but the time never stops until you cross the finish line. So it's always, it's always on your mind. The clock never stops.
Yeah.
So you're allowed, you're more than welcome to catch a breather, whatever it is you need to do. But we always know that the clock doesn't wait up for us.
How many of these Ironmans have you done, Brad?
So coming up in October in Waco will be number 4 for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So my best time so far was in Galveston last year in April, 5 hours and 24 minutes.
Wow.
That
seems really quick to do all of this. And I'm sure there's guys that probably even do it quicker than that.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
What's like the quickest time you've heard in an Ironman?
Yeah. I mean, obviously we know that they have professionals that participate in this and compete in this, and they're around the 3 hour mark.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes me 3 hours to run 1 mile, man.
That's how they make a living, man. That's the difference between, weekend warriors such as myself and the pros.
Well, I consider you a pro, man, but now this is great. And this is unbelievable, to think about the training that goes in behind this too. I mean, it starts with the mindset, I would assume, and self-discipline and the dieting. You got to eat the right foods and all that. Maybe highlight some of those things behind the scenes that you have to do to compete like this.
Yes. Fuel is such an important part of this thing. I always tell myself, if you fuel yourself like you stop at Circle K and get Circle K gas, you're going to perform like that. But if you fuel yourself like if you were an IndyCar or an F1 and you put that type of fuel, you're going to perform like that too. So it just depends on, what type of result, how am I trying to perform? And it really goes down to the fuel that we put in. 3 years ago, I went to a whole food plant-based diet, which has been a journey in itself. But whenever I changed over to a whole food plant-based diet, my recovery changed, my sleep changed, my output changed, my performance, everything changed for me because I was changing the fuel I was putting in. So it really matters, the recovery part, because I'm pushing every day. I'm pushing every day. If I run, my short runs now are 6 to 7 miles. My longer runs are between 11 and 13 just on weekdays.
Wow.
Weekends can be longer. Biking is the same. A short ride for me is 20 to 30 miles. A long ride would be 50 to 60.
My goodness.
So I need to be able to not only perform on the given day, but I need to be able to recover because the next day we're right back at it.
Well, one thing that, when I reached out to you is, and this is such an incredible journey, man. I love hearing your story and how you're working, with our inmates and the prison system, your recovery from 20 years being sober, which is incredible. Taking care of yourself, being a husband, doing all these things. And then on top of that, just putting all this effort as well into being an athlete through Ironman and what you do. When I reached out, I saw your post about, hey, I'm holding a fundraiser. And that's one of the reasons too, we wanted to have you here today. Highlight this fundraiser that you're doing and what really is it helping with? And we'll put the link up on how people can get involved with this.
Yeah. I have a service type mindset through my recovery, a giving back type of mindset. Part of my recovery and how I live today is carrying the message. It's important to carry the message today. And so I have a service charity type of mindset to begin with. So when I got involved with Ironman, they have their own charity arm, so to speak, of the corporation, Ironman Corporation, and it's called the Ironman Foundation. So what they do is they give back to local race communities. We help with local food banks. We help with the Girls and Boys Club, and then we take on environmental cleanup. We take on environmental projects where we race because, like I mentioned, we race in the open water. In Waco, we're going to be racing in the Brazos River. So we go there and we take care of pollution. We take care of erosion. We do projects like that regarding our local race environment. So it was just kind of natural for me to get involved in the charity aspect and try to give back. It would be so easy for me just to pay my race registration and just go ahead and go race. And worry about myself and worry about my training and worry about the competition. But that's really not who I am and kind of how I'm wired. I know that I have to carry the message. I know that I want to give back. I know that I want to have an impact in what I do. And so getting involved with the Ironman Foundation was just kind of a natural fit for me as well. When I went and raced in Waco in 2022, I was also part of the Ironman Foundation and raised money, and it was an amazing journey in itself, along with the actual physical competition of race day. So I'm always asking myself, am I making an impact? Am I doing the most that I can? And like I said, I kind of revert back to, what am I truly capable of? And if I'm capable of more, it's not okay to turn away from that. I have to address that. If I am capable of more, it's time to do more.
Well, perfect. It looks like you have a goal of $1,600 on this campaign, Brad, and you've raised $1,232. The next milestone at $1,550, and so you're almost there. And maybe somebody today, even if it's $5 to help out Brad, I'd encourage it. We'll pledge a little bit here from Hello Huntsville this morning, because I believe in what you're doing, man, and just your story and the impact that you're going to continue to have on people. And so, friends, let's help Brad hit that $1,600, and this will go to the Ironman Foundation. It's not going to Brad's pocket. That's one of the things when Brad called, we talked about it. And, sometimes people call him like, hey, can you support this? They'll give me their personal Venmo. And sometimes we're like, well, I don't know about that. But Brad said, man, this is through the Ironman Foundation. And so we know that this is legitimate, what he's doing. And, we so appreciate just Brad and the hard work that he's doing to be a blessing to so many others. And I think this is great, man.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it's not okay to be capable of more and not do more. I'm so glad that along my journey that the wiring is wired up like that for me. Those guys that I serve every day on my job, they deserve more. It's not okay. It's not about just going and hitting a clock and looking at the watch and trying to get up out of there, but it's trying to make an impact. I mean, they deserve that. Their loved ones deserve that. So I hold myself accountable to that every day. Ironman is just another avenue that I get to explore that main question. What am I truly capable of?
Well, I guess finally, question for me is to wrap it up is, what's next for you? I mean, what's on the horizon?
Well, like I said, Ironman Waco 70.3 is coming up in October. So I'll have my hands full all year. I have some smaller prep races sprinkled throughout the year. The first one coming up actually this Sunday in Bryan College Station. Tri-Aggie-Land is an triathlon, but it's a smaller distance. It's going to be a good event to go ahead and get my mind wired back into triathlon. I haven't raced triathlon since last year. So it's going to be a good event to get the mind wired up and start to get the wheels turning about competing again in triathlon. There's a lot that goes in, because you have to transition from one sport to the next, and it all has to be done flawlessly, because like we said, the clock never stops. So your transitions from swim to bike and from bike to run, all of that has to be done precision, or else you're going to waste a lot of time, and your competition could really just run right past you while you're fumbling around with your shoes or your helmet, or so
trying to catch your breath like me.
After
the first 2 minutes.
It's a great event, and this Sunday I'll get to go back and get my wheels turning again in triathlon with Tri-Aggie-Land in College Station. And then the Sunday of spring break week, I'll be up in Dallas with another sprint distance triathlon, and then some other ones sprinkled throughout the year leading up to the big one in Waco in October.
Man, that's awesome. I got to get you linked up with my buddy. I think I saw you on the phone. He runs Oak Ridge Disciple House, and it's a faith-based Christian character building ministry that helps men with addiction as well. And I think, man, if we could ever get you out there to speak to those guys, it would be incredible, man. Because you and Josh, y'all got the same vibe. Josh is one of my closest best friends, and he sends me a prayer every single morning. He sends me a devotional, man. And you remind me a lot of Josh, which is awesome, man.
If that opportunity comes, I'll be there at the drop of the hat. I mean, there won't be any discussion. Any time that I'm called to show up and do something like that, there's no discussion. I'm there.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, that's
well,
a wrap.
I'll get you linked up with
Mhm.
Josh sometime. So, well, Brad, anything else, man? It's been such a privilege having you again. I'd encourage folks, if you can, to support Brad. Just a few. It's not much, friends. If everybody could chip in $5,
Yeah,
$20 before long, I mean, he'll reach this goal of 1,600, and that's going to help him continue the great work that he's doing through the IRONMAN Foundation, and also just, being there for other people. Again, you can find out more information on the website, ironmanfoundation.donordrive.com/participant/3534. I know many of you are on Spirit Radio this morning listening, and so that's kind of hard, but if you're on the social media feeds, just click the link and it'll take you right to it.
Absolutely.
So-
I'd be grateful for any support. All of it, I think about it everywhere I go and in everything I do, the support and the confidence that people put in me, already up to $1,200, that I don't take that lightly.
Yeah,
that
man.
People are supporting and they're voicing their confidence in me. And so I carry that with me, everything I do, everywhere I go. It's a big deal, so I'm grateful for any kind of support.
You bet. And we've had some comments come in. My sister, I just saw this one. My sister, she's listening from the Belton Temple area this morning. She said, "Thank you for sharing your story today." So I know that she enjoyed listening and hearing your story as well.
Oh,
man.
I'm so grateful. Absolutely.
All right. Well, there he is, Brad Didier, the Iron Man,
All right.
70.3, baby.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to be 0.3. Let me start at 0.3, and then I'll come back when I get to 7, and then we'll go from there. All right, man?
You need to add. What are you capable of?
We can make it happen,
70.3. Let's go.
Let's go, man. All right, we're going to take a break. Billy will join us back on the other side as we continue on. We'll close it out here in just a few moments. A reminder, this week's keyword, we'll wrap it up, is rodeo. You've still got 5 minutes to text that in on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Rodeo, your chance to win a $30 gift card to Cafe Texan. Again, text that keyword rodeo along with your name to 936-339-0139. Our shows every Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts here in Huntsville in celebrating life. We'll be right back after this. More to come as we wrap it up on the other side. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Trendsetters, join me in welcoming Abby from the Color Bar, the ultimate destination for a fresh look in 2024.
Excited to be here, Rob. We're transforming styles with the latest Bellamy extensions and vibrant colors.
Tell us about these game-changing extensions and the vibe for the new year.
With Bellamy's range and our unique color palette, everyone can find their perfect style. Think bold reds and chic pastels for 2024.
And the deals?
We're offering special financing on extensions and a complimentary conditioning with any color service in January.
Abby, how can listeners join in?
Well, that's easy. They can just visit colorbartx.com or call us at 936-439-4972. We're in Huntsville and Conroe, ready to make your year stunning.
Thanks, Abby. Folks, don't wait to reinvent yourself with the Color Bar's Bellamy magic.
Join us at First Baptist Church Huntsville for the exciting return of Wednesday Night Live starting March 6th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're offering games, fellowship, a free meal, and Bible study sessions for all ages. Whether you're a child, teen, or adult, there's something for everyone. Adults can enjoy new Bible study classes while the kids engage in fun, faith-based activities. This community event is open to everyone free of charge. Don't miss out on this opportunity for spiritual growth and community connection. To register and for more information, visit fbchuntsville.org.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your four-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce the upcoming addition of our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori. Contact us today at tpms.life. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Education you can trust.
Please come home. I got beef and lonely. All I hear. Please come home. I got beef and
Yeah, you know it, homie.
I'm Marquise, baby.
That's for you, Kathy Schweitzer. That's the only reason that we continue to play that. The only reason.
Look, and I have advised him against it.
What? No, you like it.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
But I'm always encouraged to find another song.
No. Did you take a weird picture on my phone? What was it?
I don't use your phone.
Why? There was some like, oh, I think I bumped the camera and it like got this weird angle of you like this.
Well, if it wasn't for the quadruple chin, it's a good photo.
Hold on. Yeah, like we ain't playing, brother. This is like the OG picture right here.
Sugar water.
Sound like the guy from Independence Day.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was doing.
Oh, here, hold on. You're gonna enjoy this. We played this earlier this week, Billy. Hold on.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
There you go, man. Oh, hey.
I found a better video. Well, not better. It's not as funny, but I sent it to Matt Childers, where Carl's introducing himself.
Oh, yes.
And we learned what Carl's last name was.
All of those, I don't know what it is, man, but like every one of those, anything that Billy Bob Thornton's in is just golden. One of my favorite movies was the Bandits movie. Did you ever see that one, Bandits, where they go rob banks? And the overnight bandits, they find out who like the bank president is and all this first, and then they go and they go the night before to his house and they said, "Hey, we're gonna rob your bank in the morning," and like they threaten him, but they're like, "We're real friendly, but we're gonna rob your bank in the morning." So they sleep at their house that night, and then they get up in the morning and they go and rob the bank. You never saw that one?
No, sir.
Oh man,
I like my bandit movies with Smokey.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was in it. It was Bruce Willis, Billy Bob Thornton. You never saw that movie. That's one of my favorite movies. That will be the only one that Oliver suggests to you that I know that you would like.
Okay.
It's a Billy Cauthen type movie. You would enjoy that movie. Bandits.
Okay.
Hey, on a serious note this morning, our prayers continue for folks up in the Panhandle. The largest wildfire in state history continues on today, and it unfortunately has claimed 2 lives. Just out of Stinnett, Texas, the Smokehouse Creek fire. It's one of several that are burning in the Panhandle. It's now the largest in the history of the state. Over 1,075,000 acres has burned, and it is currently only 3% contained. Out of those acres, 1,050,000 are in Texas. It's bled over into Oklahoma. As we're looking, this was from Fox 4 up in the Panhandle. I wanted to show this morning, friends, the severity of this fire that literally was brought to my attention a little bit earlier. It may be hard to see, but if you're looking at this graphic, that red on the graphic is the fire. You can see that it spans 5 counties, 4 of them in Texas, just north of Amarillo. But Billy, one of those counties up there in the Panhandle, almost completely covered by that wildfire. And we're just praying for those folks up there. It's only 3% contained.
And think about those folks, man. Even the ones that are not in the actual fire zone, they can't get away from the smoke or.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
The smoke, the soot, the ash.
To think about that, that entire county, according to that graphic, is covered in fire.
Mm-hmm.
You think about Walker County, and Walker County, fairly big county. Any county is a fairly big county in the state of Texas. Especially you get to West Texas, some of them are really huge. But but you think about that entire area covered in fire. It's unfathomable to think about. And so this morning, we do want to continue praying for the folks up in the Texas Panhandle, and that rains will come and help put those fires out. 3% containment means it's not going to be out for a long time. And but we're hoping and praying that that'll get put out as soon as possible. So, Billy,
well, everyone prays for the rain in them situations, and I agree. But a lot of what we don't think about is when the rains come in, the shifts in the winds, and it fuels that thing right before like an afterburner. So.
Yeah, it's you're right, man. It's like you think about when a cold front comes, like we had a little cool weather finally come through. Well, the days leading up to it got a little bit warm now.
Yeah.
Central Killeen hit 100 degrees this week, which is crazy to think about. So
they just pre-warming.
Yeah. Billy, what's going on at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home? That building over there is getting close to completion, and y'all have an official Facebook page for it now that I've seen. Sam Houston Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool. What's the ETA? Do you have any updates for us on the community room?
The flooring is in, the countertops are in, cabinets. I think today they're coming with appliances to install. Don't hold me to that. It's either today or Monday. But
I think one of the coolest things about this room is it's open to the community, and once it opens, and we'll do another article, of course, once everything gets officially opened. So that we can highlight that for you guys. But Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, you guys have been here for a long time, and I always mention this because I do want to highlight this, and I'm going to put you in touch with the lady that we had on this week, Brooke Lookabout. She said, certainly, please have him reach out to me about pre-planning because it's so important. And you think about, when that time comes, you don't want to have to worry about all these things. Go by and talk to Billy today. Give him a call, set up an appointment, go by and talk to him, and just get it knocked out. You're not going to be there more than an hour.
You ain't gonna be there 10 minutes.
Yes. Hey, what is the Geico commercial? We'll give you 15 minutes and we'll give you 5%.
15 for 15.
Yeah, well, you come in, give them 10 minutes, and it could save 10 years of heartache for your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's how long you go through litigation if you don't have the pre-planning sometimes, and that could linger on not even 10 years. It could linger on a generation.
It's really simple. We have some pre-planning guides where you write down just some basic information, flip it over on the back. It's check boxes. What type of funeral, what type of music, who do you want to preach it, where do you want it to be done at, bam, bam, bam. Goes on file and you're done, then I will leave you alone.
Yeah, it'll leave you alone. And I think it would be good, and I'm not trying to publicly announce something without you and I chatting more about it, but I do think it'd be a great idea, and we'll even help maybe sponsor some of the food through Hello Huntsville. I'd love to have a lunch and learn. So let me ask folks this, our audience, would you be interested in coming to a lunch and learn, provide free food, Billy teach you a few things about pre-planning, and we'll provide lunch, no strings attached. I think it'd be good to do that during a lunch one day. I mean, heck, you and I go out, seems like once a week anyways, to get something to eat. Let's just turn it into a lunch and learn for somebody.
Works for me.
So, well, Randolph Thompson is joining us this morning over at Granny Mary, saying good morning to everyone. Happy Friday and super Saturday coming up. Also, Christine Mitchell has sent in a message this morning we wanted to highlight. She says there's a garage sale fundraiser for Packed and Ready Ministries. And Christine, you had texted us, and I do want to hear more about Packed and Ready Ministries sometimes. And we'll send you the link to set up a time to be on the show. But they are having their garage sale fundraiser tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's located at 3175 Highway 19. Lots of stuff. They are a 501c3 nonprofit doing mission trips to Uganda, Africa, and other countries, and here at home. And I love that too, So not only going out, we're called as believers. The Bible says, go and make disciples of all nations. And, all nations includes all over the world, but also right here in our own backyard. And so I appreciate you sharing that with us, Christine, this morning. Billy, what's on the weekend tap for you besides the how do you say that? Aguas frescas?
Yeah, it works for me. I was just noticing the side of the can says shake before you drink, and I didn't. So now, the further I get down on the can, the stouter it gets.
Well, I don't understand what that means at all. Those things always say shake before you drink, and I go like this, and nothing ever happens.
Yeah, I had the shakes before I started drinking it. So.
Isn't that what that means when it says shake? Like I always, why do they tell you to shake before you drink? I don't understand
rattle,
that.
and roll.
Is that what they mean? Like you're supposed to shake?
I guess, man.
No,
your guesstimation is as good as mine.
Means you shake the can, dude. I'm not that ignorant. All right, let's head over. $30 coming to somebody today, Billy.
Yeah, let's give $30 away.
You want to take this one? Not particularly.
You know my answer.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Well, are you ready for some Texan Cafe gift card?
Oh, sure. It'd be wonderful.
Well, I got one here for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and if you use it, since it's Texan Cafe, I mean, you won't be able to go anywhere with it because it's Cafe Texan.
Texan Cafe, Texan.
So, I mean, we'll give you $5,000 to Texan Cafe. You just won't be able to use it.
The Raven, whatever thing's called today.
Who are we speaking with this morning?
This is Rodney Mitchell.
Rodney Mitchell. Well, congratulations.
You didn't know who that was?
No, I didn't.
Thank you.
I know who it was.
Rodney, have we met before?
Possibly.
And you're here in Huntsville?
Yeah, just since '67.
Oh man, all
just
right.
a couple weeks now.
Just a couple weeks into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations. $30 to the Cafe Texan coming your way. And we'll send you a text on how you can pick that up. We typically do our prize pickups Monday through Thursday from 9 to 2 over First Baptist. Will that work for you?
That'll work for me.
Perfect, man. Well, you've been here
right.
since the 60s. We got a quick question for you. Billy always asks our guests this.
What are you thankful for?
It's a long list. Just being able to serve the Lord mainly right now. We're getting geared up for that garage sale you just talked about.
Ah, okay. Perfect. All right. Well, there you go. Great.
Awesome. See how that tied together?
Yeah, there you go, man. Well, perfect. Well, Rodney, we appreciate you, my friend. And thank you so much for being a part of the show today. And have a blessed weekend and good luck on the garage sale tomorrow.
All right, brother. You too. Thanks.
All right. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Boy, he said 62. Sound like he's born in 92.
He's taking good care of himself.
Yeah, he's like Brad Didier. So, well, Billy, been a good one today, man. I appreciate you being here with us. Billy, I'm going to tell you this, man. Billy is I'm gonna hype Billy up just for a second. I know he doesn't like this, but Billy, you've been a good friend to so many people. You've been a great friend to me, man. And I'm gonna tell you that when I think of Huntsville, Texas, and when we left, we missed so many people. We missed you too, man, because you just have a heart of gold for people. You always want to serve people, Billy, and you're genuine. And I think that those characteristics go a long way, man. And so that same feeling that I have about Billy as a friend is the exact same feeling that you're going to have whenever that tragedy hits your family. Those moments that you never want to happen, but we all know that they're going to happen when you lose somebody. And that exact same attitude that Billy has as a friend is what he's going to give you. And I just appreciate you, man. So
thank you, sir.
I'll even publicly say I love you, brother. And that's the kind of man that you'll get from Billy. He's one of the best here in Huntsville, man.
Michelle's getting that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, Michelle's over there. Oh, she's over here shaking before she drinks whatever she's drinking over there. What does she drink? You don't even have nothing to drink, Michelle. Come on. This poor girl had her work last night, and I said, come in on Friday. Guess what? Probably Saturday. So let's go 8 days this week. We'll just make up a day.
Oh, that's funeral home time. 8 days a week, 36 hours a day.
Yeah. So
yeah, think about all the fun you couldn't have.
Think about all the fun you couldn't have. All right, brother. Well, good to see you today, Billy. Appreciate you, man. Check them out online. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. And appreciate Brad being with us today. Billy and I were talking. We're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do all that stuff.
No, that dude's got me beat on so many levels.
I don't say it rudely, but I don't know if I want to do all that. I mean, I get tired just thinking about it.
I paid the pickup truck off. We can ride in that thing. We ain't got to bike and swim. And
You'll go 70.3 in 50 minutes.
If you'll chip in for gas, man, we'll drive wherever. It's 4-wheel drive. I mean, we can get down by the creek. I don't know about that swimming thing.
By the way, another shout out here. Robbie Genzel said Billy's the best.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. My number one fan.
All right, Huntsville. Well, we love you. Again, that van option is still on the table. Please bring us the van.
Van, station wagon.
If it's station wagon, it's got to have the wood grain metal. I mean, it just has to.
Yeah.
It's got to be legit with the metal.
You know, they could do that now. They could put that wood grain on the side of anything.
Yeah, I want it on my truck. Think about an F-150. Think about the bourbon you're in if it had the wood grain on the doors. What were people thinking back then, man?
It's cool looking.
Oh, I told you we were going to go off. One last thing. Today's National Dressing Blue Day. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Billy does have blue on today.
He knows.
Yeah, blue jeans. It's also national. This is your day, Billy. Look. Are you feeling that one?
Yeah.
Today is National
Dead Gum That's Good Day.
Who thinks of this stuff?
I don't know.
That
gum
that's good.
Dead gum. Hey, let's go out to lunch today and let's find somewhere we can say, "Dead gum, that's good."
So we can that's how you celebrate today. Michelle, we appreciate you so much. Thank you, Michelle, for all that you do. Yeah, Michelle, we appreciate Michelle. It's National Employee. It's not National Intern Appreciation Day. Sorry. So we still appreciate you, Michelle.
8 days a week, 36 hours a day.
Oh, dude.
What is it?
Are you kidding me? What garbage is this? Absolute garbage today. You know how I feel about this mess.
Oh, I see it now. It's a National Dr. Seuss Day.
What moron thought of this? Who would National Read Across America Day? That's perfect. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Leave it at Read Across America Day. But what happens? Some buffoon has to put on there, it's also Dr. Seuss Day. No, it's not. It is never Dr. Seuss Day. Bridget told me that like next week where she works, it's like Dr. Seuss week. I was like, I don't want to hear one thing about Dr. Seuss next week. And now I'm having to hear about it today. Unbelievable.
Oh, look.
Because National Pig Day.
Yeah, and Peanut Butter Day. I love peanut butter and pig. Maybe not together.
Let's go to Texan Cafe.
I want peanut butter on my pork chop. You ever had peanut butter on a hamburger?
No.
It's actually pretty good.
Sounds nasty, dude.
That's actually pretty good.
Hey, well, they got
They used to be where King's Candy was. I think it was Farmhouse was there for a little bit, like 2 locations or whatever. And they had a hamburger that had it came with like everything you would normally get, but it had peanut butter as well. Kind of like in place of like mustard or something, you know.
Mustard,
mayonnaise, mayo, Miracle Whip. Got that Miracle Whip.
Hey, I say Texan Cafe too, like 80% of the time. By the way,
are you worried I'm gonna quit the show now because you made fun of me?
Yeah, the Texan Cafe. No, because I was like, let's go to Cafe Texan, and I want to walk in and I want to order some ham, and when they bring it to me, I want to say, "I ain't got no peanut butter on it."
You're gonna get us kicked out of a fine establishment.
All right, Huntsville, we'll be back at it next week. I promise. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And again, appreciate Brad being here today. Monday. Got a special guest. Guess who's going to be with us Monday?
Who is it?
Mayor Humphrey joining us. Russell, did you?
I see. The mayor can't be here on a Friday when I'm here.
Russell, did you know that, by the way? Because Karen Denman told she said to put you on the calendar. So hopefully we need to confirm that. But Russell, Mayor Humphrey, if you're available, we got you down for 7.
Probably got steam coming out of his ears right now.
He's like, what is going on?
The man's trying to help run a city, and you're wanting to sit over here and BS with him for an hour.
we're just gonna start like we're not even gonna ask people. We're just gonna put them on the calendar.
That's why we need the van so we can like randomly pull up on somebody. You know, like they got drive-by shootings. It'll be drive-by interviews.
It'll be Billy. You'll have on the black thing over your head, and you'll just pull them into the van. We're gonna interview you.
Hey, what was that show? What are you doing at the courthouse? I could have a whole segment on that, meeting people. So what you doing at the courthouse?
Oh man! So Mayor, if you are available,
second date recap or whatever.
Yeah, Karen had mentioned it, so hopefully, if not, Mayor will reschedule. Don't worry about it.
I'd like for him to come on a Friday.
Steph Valley will be joining us on Tuesday of next week. Denise Winston back with us on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday are still open, but those will probably fill up pretty quick. So, well, if he can't come Monday, we'll ask him to come on Friday then.
Yeah.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up, friends. We love you, Huntsville. Thanks so much I don't know, I was laughing so hard. That's just funny. I just started thinking, we'll just put people on the calendar and tell them to show up.
We're finna wrap this thing like a Subway sandwich.
All right, friends, we'll see you. Hey, as I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We do need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. We love you, Huntsville. God bless you. Go by, see Billy and the great staff at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Until next time, have a great weekend, everybody. So long.